Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me again. Today we are going to do a Reformer Pilates flow using the ball. So all you need is your machine and your ball. We're going to start on 2 medium and 1 light spring. So for me on the align, that's going to be 2 red and 1 blue spring. I'm going to lie on my back to go into our footwork. I'm going to have the ball in between my knees. I'm going to place the balls of my feet onto the foot bar, a little bit narrower than hip distance, toes pointing up. Make sure I'm not hunched up against the shoulder rest, and just make sure the body is running down one center line in the carriage. Take the legs out long to open the carriage, squeezing into that ball, and then bend back into return. Out long with the legs, and then bend back in. Keep that tension on the ball. I want to feel like I'm running down one long line, lengthening through the spine every single time I push the carriage out and in. Keep the toes pointing up towards the ceiling the whole time here. Out and in with those legs. Last few like this. And bend back in. I'm going to drop my heels down underneath the foot bar now, so the toes are going to be connecting, still in that same stance with the feet, but now I'm going to open the carriage and I'm going to keep it open. So I'm going to send the carriage all the way out, and I'm going to send my heels together underneath the foot bar and then lift them back. Keep squeezing into that ball as I drop the heels under the foot bar and then lift them back up. I'm taking my hands onto my pelvis to make sure I'm keeping everything nice and stable in the body. I'm keeping the carriage open here. Keep lengthening in through the whole body as I send those heels under and then back up. Last 4. Last 2. And last 1. And I'm going to bend into the knees. I'm going to keep the heels lifted for this next one. So all I'm going to do is keep squeezing into that ball, open the carriage, but I'm going to keep that height in the heels. So I'm not going to take the legs all the way out straight. It's more important to have my heels lifted here than to get totally straight legs. So I'm going to bend back into the knees, squeezing into that ball. And then again, I'm going to open the carriage, keeping that height in the heels. And then bend back into the knees to close the carriage. I want to keep the height the same the whole time in my heels as I open and close the carriage. Last 3. And last one here. And bend back in. Have a little reset. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to place the ball underneath our lower spine. So take the feet a little bit wider on the foot bar. You're going to peel up. You're going to place that ball directly underneath, just above your tailbone, just below the lower spine. You're then going to take the straps in your hands. You're going to hold that tension on the ropes. You're going to take the legs into tabletop. One by one, take the right leg first and then the left. And then you're going to press heavy into the straps to lower down. It's a balancing act here. We're going to keep the body completely neutral as we balance onto that ball. And then back up towards the ceiling. Down, just hovering the arms over the carriage. And then take them back up. We want to work with the breath here. Exhaling as we lower the arms down. And inhaling as they go back towards the ceiling. This next one, I'm going to send the legs out long now as I lower the arms down. I'm pointing the toes, lengthening through the legs as I take those arms down and then bend them back in. The lower you take the legs, the harder it's going to be. Keep lengthening through them, send them out together, and then bend them back in. Keep working with the breath every single time. Last two. And then you're going to hold this last one out. Keep lengthening through the legs. We're just going to be here for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then bend back in. Place those straps back onto the hooks. Take the feet back onto the foot bar. Just make sure you're rolling down away from the shoulder rests now. We're going to take the hands just alongside the body on the carriage, dig the heels into the foot bar. You're going to release that pressure from the ball as you peel all the way up. And then articulating the spine down nice and controlled. If that ball rolls around a little bit in the glute bridges, don't worry, as we're releasing and coming back down onto that ball, it might roll around a little bit. You can adjust it as you're in the top of the glute bridge. Keep digging the heels into the foot bar every single time. Tilting the pelvis and peeling all the way off that ball into a nice long glute bridge. And then coming back down, articulating the spine back with control. If that ball rolls around as you release and come back down onto it, then just adjust it next time you're in the top of the glute bridge. If you feel like it's rolling around, we're trying to move the carriage as little as possible here. So it shouldn't be rolling around too much. The slower and more controlled you articulate, the better it's going to be. The next time you reach that top glute bridge, you're going to remove that ball, take it into your right hand. You're going to open the arms out wide, and then you're going to take them back to the center into both hands with that ball as you send yourself back down. As soon as the pelvis is down, you're going to tilt again and peel the spine all the way off into another long glute bridge. Open those arms out nice and wide. Then you're going to take them back. As you come back down, you're going to take that ball directly over your chest again, peeling all the way down onto the carriage. If you need to take the feet any wider to give you a greater range here into that glute bridge, then please do. Bring that ball back to the center over the chest every single time. Last two. And last one here. And relax. We're going to come back up now to seated. We're going to change onto one blue spring. So you're going to take off the two medium springs and just leave one light spring on now. Lunges here. So what we're going to do is bring that box really close so you can see it's past the metal part of the foot bar all the way towards the front of the frame. We're going to go into our lunges where we place the ball between our left ankle and the metal part of the foot bar. Take the right hand down onto the foot bar. Left hand comes onto the hip. You're going to place the right leg up. The right foot's going to come onto the closest shoulder rest. Both hands onto the hips. You're going to lunge out, bending into that left knee as you take the right leg out long, and then straighten through both legs to close. Lunging out, bending into that left knee, and then coming up nice and tall. Every single time we close the carriage, we're coming up even taller. Just watch your left knee. Make sure that left knee is not coming away from the ankle. You want to keep it directly tracking over the ankle here the whole time. And if you're not comfortable doing this, then you can keep that right hand down onto the foot bar to give you that support for as long as you need. Only take your hands onto the hips once you are ready and you've got that control. Last 4 like this. Really hinging forward every single time. Last 2. And last 1. Straighten that standing leg, release that ball. Very carefully step onto the box, give the legs a bit of a shake off, and then you're going to come down onto the floor. We're going to line that box up more in line with the carriage now. So we're going to keep that gap between the frame and the box, but we want it further towards the back. You're going to come up onto your knees in the middle of the box now. If you want less range with this one, you're going to take your knees further towards the front. If you want more range, if you feel like it's not enough, your knees are going to come further towards the back, but try and take them into the middle and see how that feels. Your right hand's going to come onto your hip. Left hand has the strap, keeping the shoulders, hips all level. Make sure the torso is staying square out in front as we take that arm back. And in front, we want to keep the palm facing behind us. This is one of those exercises that doesn't look like much, but trust me, it's a burner. We're isolating all down this side. So try to keep everything completely level, even when we're only working into the left side. Working with the breath every single time. Try not to hold your breath. I see a lot of clients just holding their breath because they hate this one so much, but please don't do that. Just keep lengthening through this arm. We're going to do 3 more like this. And last one. And relax. Keep hold of that strap. We're going to come round now. So you're going to swivel round. So you're sitting on the end of the box. You're going to take your left leg inside the big loop. From here, we're going to lie on our backs. All we're going to do is take the legs into a tabletop, but I want you to keep that tension on the rope. So if you lie on your back and you're not getting that tension, you need to take the box further away. Make sure the shoulders are connecting as much as possible. Just shuffle on down towards the end of the box. Hold the legs up in tabletop. You want to keep the heels in line with the knees. Take the elbows wide. All you're going to do is take the right leg out and then back in, out, and then back in. As we do this, we're lengthening through the spine. We're going to try and press it into the box. But I want you to really feel like you're pulling up. So your transverse abdominals are really going to try and do the work here. You don't want to bulge the stomach out. We don't want to do doming our stomach here. We just want to keep those deep core muscles engaged. Pressing the back in will help to activate the core. The lower you take this leg, the harder it's going to be. Working with the breath every single time. Make sure your head is supported by your hands. Last 3. Last 2. And then on this next one, hold that leg out. We're just going to lower and lift that leg down and back up. Keep pointing the toes as you lengthen through this leg, working with the breath. Down and up for 4. Last 3. Last 2. And last 1. And relax. Hug the knees in. Roll the ankles around a little bit. And then you can release that leg from the strap, place it back onto the hook and sit all the way up tall now. We're going to come onto the carriage now. I'm now going to come into that 4-point position facing the other way. So I'm going to take the strap into my left hand. I'm going to take the right hand over, knees all the way behind, keeping the spine nice and long. I'm going to take that arm out long towards the left and then feed it underneath the body, making sure as I'm isolating the shoulder, I'm not taking anything else in the body. I'm not moving anything else. Out and in with this left arm only now, trying to keep the wrist as straight as possible the whole time here. And last one here. And back in, place that strap back onto the hook, allow the carriage to... The next thing we're going to do is going to be the thigh stretch. So we're going to hold our arms in a 90-degree angle. Take the short loops because you need quite a lot of tension on this one. All you're going to do is hinge back, pressing the knees into the shoulder rests, and then come back up nice and tall. Just hinging back, pressing both knees in, and then coming back. You don't want to go so far back that you're starting to extend the spine. We don't want an extension here. You want to keep the spine nice and long, nice and straight. Just hold that position in the arms, that nice strong 90-degree angle, and then start to lean back and then coming back up tall. You don't also want to push the hips forward, so try and keep everything completely neutral here. And then come back up. And you're going to keep hold of the right strap. You're going to go into a 4-point position. Your hands are going to be on the front of the carriage, on the side of the carriage. Knees are on the other side. You're going to take the strap into the right hand. You're going to place the left hand over the strap. Make sure it's not going underneath because that's going to be really awkward. You want to feed this arm through underneath the body and then out long. Feeding it back underneath and then pulling it through, allowing that arm to go out nice and long as you hold this left arm stable. Everything else in the body is staying nice and neutral. You're just feeding that arm through. We don't want to start to rotate. We don't want to open anything else out. You want to hold the body, keep the chest completely parallel to the carriage in front of you. And relax here. I'm going to go into my front facing lunges now on the other leg. So I'm going to come onto the box on the right side. The box is really far forward, the same as where it was on the left side. I'm going to press that ball up between the foot bar and between my right foot. Take the left hand down onto the foot bar, take the right hand onto the hip. I'm going to lunge down, bending into that right knee and then straighten that right leg. And then I'm going to take my hands, once I'm ready, onto both hips. As I lunge down, I'm hinging forward slightly. Making sure I'm straightening my right knee as much as I can. I'm going to come up tall as I close the carriage, hinging forward as I lunge down, and then back up tall. Seeing how much I can straighten through my left leg as I lunge out. The more I hinge forward, the more I'm loading my posterior chain, and that's forcing my glutes into activation here. So I'm really going to let the glutes take over, which is what I want. And last one here, straighten that standing leg. Very carefully remove that ball, step onto the box. Give the legs a bit of a shake off now. We're a bit more balanced now. I'm going to take that box further out now. And I'm going to line it up with the carriage. Take the ball out of my way. I'm going to come up into a kneeling position. I'm going to take that strap now in my right hand, leveling everything off as I take that arm back and in. Keep the palm facing behind me the whole time as I take the carriage out and in. I'm trying to lengthen through this right arm. Left hand can just be on my hip. Working with the breath every single time here. Let's do 4 more. And last one here, guys. And relax that arm down. You're going to shuffle around now. You're going to place that right leg inside the big loop. And then keeping that tension onto the leg as we lie on our backs, taking the legs into a tabletop position. We're going to lengthen through our left leg and then bend it back in this time. Keeping the elbows wide, make sure the head is supported by the hands. Out and in. Again, the lower we take that left leg, the more we're going to work our deep core muscles. But please, if you feel like you're taking it really low and you start to arch your back, just don't take it as low. Working with the breath every single time here. And then you're going to hold that leg out, pointing through the toes still. You're going to take that leg up and then down, up and down. We want the shoulders to be connecting with the box, but we are curled up slightly, so we're keeping the elbows wide. Keep the hands supporting the head for 5. Last 3. Last 2. And last one here, guys. Bend that knee back in. And you can come up now and release that leg from the strap. Well done. It's always a killer. You're then going to go into your feet in strap. So you're going to lie on your back. We're going to add on a red one. So you're going to have 1 light spring, which for me is blue, and 1 medium, which is a red. And I'm going to come and lie on my back. And I'm going to have both feet inside the big loops. And I'm going to place that ball in between my ankles. I'm going to take the legs down to 45 degrees. Then I'm going to bend them in towards the body and then take them out to that same 45-degree angle. I'm going to keep pressing my back into the carriage as much as I can here. Keep that tension on the ball, keep squeezing into it as the legs go out and in. I just have my hands on my hips to make sure everything is staying stable here. You can also take them down onto the carriage. And then I'm going to take the elbows wide. I'm going to take my fingertips either side of my head and I'm going to curl up, bringing my gaze towards the ball and then back down towards the ceiling as the ball and the legs go out in front. As I curl up, I'm still pressing my lower back into the carriage. Keep everything activated just a little bit more. Keep that core engaged the whole time here. Last 2. And relax here. Bring the knees in, take the ball into your hand. You're going to take that strap off the left side only. Keep the strap on the right foot. We're going to place the strap back onto the hook. And then we're going to take that right leg up. nice and long. I'm going to take the left leg into a 90-degree angle. I'm going to press the ball in between my left hand and the left knee. I'm going to take my right leg out to a 45-degree angle. All I'm going to do here is I'm going to take that leg up and down. As I do this, I'm pressing my hand really hard into the ball. I'm also pressing my back into the carriage, so I'm keeping everything activated the whole time here as I send that leg up and down. After I've done a few like that, I'm going to then start to bend the knee in. So my right knee is going to come in. As I do that, I'm going to curl up, and then I'm going to take my head back down as that right leg goes out. Bending in, and then out straight. I'm going to then place that ball behind the left knee, and I'm going to hold that leg up into a nice strong tabletop position. I'm going to take the right leg down towards the springs, take it back up, and then I'm going to dip the left toes down, not literally touching the springs, but close to it, back into tabletop, and then down with the right leg, back up, dip the left toes down, back up, and then down. Just make sure that ball is squeezing. My trousers are slipping around here, so it's harder for me to control this ball. And last one here. And back up. I'm now going to close the carriage briefly, place that strap back onto the hook. Just going to swap over now. So now my right leg has the ball behind the leg. I'm going to place my left foot inside the big loop, flexing through that foot as I take that leg up, pointing the toes as it comes down. And then I'm going to start to dip the right toes down and back up. Last two like this. Every time that left leg goes down, I'm holding that right knee in a strong 45. Every time that left leg goes down, I'm holding that right leg in a strong 90-degree angle, squeezing into that ball. And bring it back up. I'm going to take that ball into the hand. I'm now going to press the ball between my right hand and my right knee. I'm going to take the left leg down and then back up. And then I'm going to start to bend that knee in. I'm going to curl up as I bring that knee in and then send it out away. I'm still pressing my right hand into that ball, keeping my right ankle in line with the knee here. And I'm pressing my back into the carriage, really keeping the core activated. Even when I curl up, I'm still pressing that lower back in. Last three. And last one here. and relax. Just place that ball onto the floor. I'm going to take my right strap as well. So I'm going to just do a quick stretch with both the feet into the straps. I'm going to draw my right knee in as I open the left leg out, point through those toes towards the left. And then swap over here. The left knee is going to come in. I'm going to open my right leg out towards the right. And then relax. I'm going to remove the straps from my feet and allow the carriage to close with control. And come all the way back up. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for joining me again for another Reformer workout. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know if you give it a go.